For all you haters in the streets still mad at me for the man I used to be.
I don't know, man. Let me see how me and Kanye kind of talking through it. We never was arguing or nothing. I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna do it or whatever. And they was like, man, well, Patrick White was like, man, I got Kanye. He just comes to me. I got Kanye to sign us. Well, no, I signed the contract. So I'm like, tell them, I'm signed through the production company, through what's the name, since we doing all the music or whatever. Then right before the checks come, they like, man, Patrick like, man, you don't have no manager, man. It's not really gonna be Cash Money Midwest, Patrick. We not gonna do that. I'm like, cause the contract ain't saying Cash Money Midwest, it's just saying straight Cash Money. And he's like, man, well, we gonna work the Midwest thing out right now. Patrick, later, we gonna do that later, but right now we gonna, just be his manager. I'm like, be my manager? These checks right here, they want me to sign. I'm like, man, I don't really know you, Patrick, for you to be my manager like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I need to be your manager and I need to get 20% of this check. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man. And so calling home, they like, my mom and them like, babe, it's rough. Dad's doing this, all that. I'm like, all right, I signed. As soon as I signed, the next day it was all popping champagne. I didn't even drink, but they was popping champagne. It was like a celebration. Everybody at the whole label, Wayne, everybody, it's a celebration. Next day comes, and they like, man, we don't really need none of the Kanye tracks. We gonna probably let Manny just do what Manny do and maybe redo some stuff. And Patrick looking, and I'm like, oh man, fuck it, I quit. Like, man, if my man can't even get paid off of it. And I said, I quit, fuck it. I just go, man, nigga, I got an education, nigga, I go work or go overseas. Like, they had just offered me a little contract to play in Slovenia. No, Lord knows I ain't want to go to no Slovenia, but I'm like, oh man, I'm like, fuck it, I quit. If my man can't get paid, I just fucking quit. I'm not gonna do it, because that's just snakish. Y'all told me one thing yesterday, I signed the papers and it's a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. I'm like, man, so me and baby, we had a harsh relationship through the whole time because it started out so bad. And they like, all right, man. Come on, we gonna pay Kanye for the. I'm like, Kanye gotta get some money, man. Basic. Y'all gotta let him track some of these beats out, do something. So I think he came, track maybe 5 beats, got his price, got about 30,000, and got some money. Cause I knew he was in a tough financial situation when he was at too. You know what I'm saying? So come to find out later, he's saying he was getting kicked out that crib. So he used the money. It was my money that really, not my money, his money that sent, the money from Cash Money that probably sent them to New Jersey or New York, whatever he was doing. And so he came down, we talked, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I told him everything because I was in such a tight, it's like feeling like you married to the mafia with them, because everything's so tight-lipped, and Patrick, and it was just so many players. I'm young, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to kill one of these niggas or what, I don't know, but I feel uncomfortable, but let me just try to make it work. The checks cashed, and my mama's straight, and I gave my mama a checkbook, and the family happy, and that's all really I cared about at that immediate time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling like still my album's gonna come out. Then Patrick comes to me later saying, man, I got a release from Kanye. I'm like, I tell that up. I'm like, I ain't no release. I ain't talked to Kanye. What's really going on, nigga? Really? If you really want to know the truth, you know what I'm saying? Probably I'm still signed to Kanye. I never signed no release. I never did none of that. You know what I'm saying? I told him that was some bullshit. Don't come to me like that, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what means he went to even get that, you know what I'm saying? Me and Kanye really never talked about that, per se, specifically. So it was like, man, that's really what happened. And so he got the money, he went, did his thing and started blowing up. And every time that I was in New York with them, I'll call them, I'll come through the studio, we'll get some jerk chicken, we'll talk, kick it, whatever. It's like I was rooting for him if he wanted some help. Well, man, what you think about this, man? I'm like, man, I don't think Workout Plan should be your first single, G. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got this record, this small record. I think you should do this. I think, because I really believed in him as a rapper. I'm one of the few people that really believed in him as a rapper in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought he was dope. And he had something to say when he was saying him, when he was doing him and being honest and being real. I felt that was good, pure music and dope, and I felt like people would get it. And so I used to encourage him. I'd be like, man, this record, you know, the Dear Mama record and this record, and, you know, and so I was just, we was cool through the whole period. And so then when the CD come out and I hear Final Call, and then I see that, and I ain't even on a, you know, notes or nothing. It's like, I'm like, dang. And everybody telling me, man, that nigga feel a certain kind of way. I'm like, man, I kind of see it from this, but we talk. And then we were talking. He was like, I think I talked to him one time shortly after it came out. Man, like, man, that was dope. The album is dope. He's like, man, you know, first thing he was saying was like, man, you know, it was a mess up with the artwork or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, cool. So I just took it as that. And so, you know, that's the Kanye story really in the raw. It's like, it wasn't me saying, fuck Kanye. I never did that. You know, I'm not that kind of person, G. I love Kanye. My whole intent was, and part of my flaw with Cash Money was, and the tension that started was because I used to fight for Kanye. You understand? I'll be like, man, no, these is the records, man. And so I used to do new records with them, but, you know, the power struggle was to the point where I'm not the kind of guy that you could just piss on me and tell me it's raining and I'm just going to smile and say, okay. I'm like, nah, man, that shit don't make sense. That's not what you said. Is you man in your word or what? I'm not scared of you. What, you want to fight? Well, it don't make me no difference however you want to do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man before anything. I walk away from all this shit. And it's what I end up doing at Cash Money, just walking away. You know what I'm saying? After altercation, well, you know, I had to put my hands on the dude because he was disrespecting me to the utmost. And so that was it. Me and Kanye, I never felt no tension. When my brother was in L.A., they used to talk, kick it. You know, my brother picked Kanye up. My brother, you know, so I never felt there was no tension. Still to this day when I see Kanye, it's love. People feel this tension because of they haven't seen us work together in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just him being busy. You know, I goes in. Nigga, I'm gon' win. If your flow crazy, I'm psycho in. All that drug talk.